Namaste. In this module, you will learn about carrying out mandatory inspection of customer premises once in every 5 years. By the end of this module, you will be able to explain the procedures involved in the checklist that needs to be followed during the mandatory inspection. LPG mandatory inspection is to check for signs of leakage and other potential problems which may lead to accidents. The mandatory inspection also gives the opportunity to check for illegal connections. Also, the purpose of using the checklist for the mandatory inspection is to determine whether all safety measures are being implemented properly. It is important to note that while servicing the equipment or accessories, the mechanic should ensure to keep his mobile outside the kitchen to avoid minor sparks on receiving any calls. Also, photographs should be taken only after ensuring that there is no leakage in the domestic LPG installation post-mandatory inspection. This is a sample checklist that is used to carry out mandatory inspection. According to the checklist, inspect if the cylinder is kept on the floor level and proper ventilation is provided. Cylinder should always be kept in a well-ventilated place. Even if kept in a cupboard, adequate bottom ventilation should be provided for dissipation of leaked LPG. The cylinder is kept in a vertical position with the valve on the top. If kept in any other position, there are chances of the LPG to leak in liquid form, which is very hazardous. The cylinder is kept in hot water. A cylinder should never be kept in hot water. External temperature will increase the pressure in cylinder. Any items are kept on cylinder. There should not be any items on top of the cylinder, as the cylinder regulator needs to be accessible in case of any emergency. The cylinder is kept on a trolley which has a lock. The cylinder trolley lock is compulsory. Without the trolley lock, the cylinder could move and get disconnected from installation, thereby causing leakage at the regulator joint or at the stove joint. Any additional cylinder, empty or full, is kept with safety cap on. The safety cap will protect the cylinder valve and, in case of leak from the valve, by not allowing any gas to pass through. Next, you need to inspect the pressure regulator if the cylinder has the pressure regulator that is procured from the LPG distributorship. Any regulator other than the ones provided by the concerned OMC LPG distributorship cannot be used. The pressure regulator make and serial number matches with the one that is noted in the subscription voucher issued to the consumer. The pressure regulator has the ISI mark. Any pressure regulator without the ISI mark should not be used. The customer is aware of the correct procedure of fitting a pressure regulator. If the customer is not aware of the procedure, show the demo and request the customer to fit the regulator. The O-ring is in proper condition without any damages. If any leak is detected in the O-ring, the same is to be replaced immediately. The Bakelite ring and knob is in proper condition. If it is not in proper condition, please ask the distributor to replace the regulator immediately. Next, you need to check the Suraksha hose if the specified type of Suraksha hose is being used. To ensure safety, the hose used should be a Suraksha hose. It has 3 layers including the wire mesh, and it is all weatherproof, flame retardant, resistant to rodents, and needs to be replaced every 5 years from the date of manufacture. The Suraksha hose has the ISI mark. Suraksha hose IS 9573, recommended by OMCs, should only be used. The validity period of the connecting Suraksha hose is within limits. If the hose validity has crossed the expiry date, it should be changed immediately with the new one. The Suraksha hose concealed without any damages. The Suraksha hose should not have any cracks or damages. It needs to be replaced if not in good condition. The Suraksha hose has any cover. The Suraksha hose should be visible to know its condition, and sometimes the cover itself damages the rubber tube from inside. So, hose cover should be avoided. The length of Suraksha hose is adequate. The length of the Suraksha hose should be between 1.2 meters to 1.5 meters. The Suraksha hose is properly fitted with the regulator and the stove nozzle. LPG can leak from loosely connected joints, leading to accident. So, check the connectivity with soap solution. The Suraksha hose and gas stove are placed in the same room and within the specified distance. If the Suraksha hose and gas stove are in separate rooms, it would not be possible to detect if any leak occurs. Next is the stove inspection. Check if the position of the gas stove is above the level of LPG cylinder. LPG is twice as heavy as air. In case of leakage, it will always settle down. If the stove is kept at ground level, it may ignite the leaked LPG. So, the stove must be always kept at a height above cylinder height. The customer is using high thermal efficiency and ISI marked gas stove. The stove used should have high thermal efficiency and ISI mark, as they are proven to save a lot of gas. The burner is giving blue flame. Ideally, the flame should be blue in color. If not, clean the burner and jet and check the air mixing tube. The stove is working properly at sim position. If not, clean the burner and jet so that flame will not get extinguished at sim position. The customer has connected 2 stoves with T connection. T connections are not to be used as it is highly unsafe. Here are few general inspections that have to be conducted. Check if the customer has more than one gas connection in the same kitchen. As per the LPG control order, more than one domestic LPG connection cannot be used in same kitchen. The entire LPG installation is in the kitchen. The cylinder and gas stove should be in the kitchen. The hose joint and gas stove are leaking. This check should not be done using naked flame. The customer is using kerosene or other fuels at the same time in kitchen. Using many fuels at a time is not advisable as it is dangerous. The refrigerator is kept in the kitchen. In case of leakage, the fridge compressor on and off can ignite the LPG air mixture. Any other open flame in the kitchen. In order to ensure safety, all open flames to be extinguished at the time of usage of LPG. Apart from this, there are few consumer information that needs to be ensured. Check if the customer is always turning off the knob after use, because there are instances where the knob is partially on, which could lead to gas leakage. Aware of the importance of the safety cap? Always ensure that the safety cap is tied to the cylinder. And remember to put the safety cap on the cylinder in case of gas leak. Wearing cotton clothing while working in the kitchen? Use of loose clothing, dupatta, sari or cloth to handle utensils could be a fire hazard. Wearing a fire retardant apron while cooking is a safe practice. Aware about checking the cylinder for correct weight and leakage by the delivery person at the time of refill delivery. At the time of taking refill delivery, insist the delivery person to conduct pre-delivery checks and ensure good condition of the cylinder, seal and weight. Aware about the standard procedure of connecting and disconnecting a cylinder? While connecting or disconnecting a cylinder, put out all fires in the kitchen. Do not light matchstick or lighter, and do not switch on or off any electrical switches as they generate spark. Aware that the cylinder is to be disconnected from the installation and fitted with safety cap when the connection is not in use for a long time. Whenever the connection is not going to be in use for a long time, the cylinder must be disconnected from the installation and fitted with safety cap. The mandatory inspection will be completed after you have checked all these aspects. Safety assurance is the key to better cooking experience. Thank you.